Daner, I know it's your job to dig through garbage and all, but for God's sake, why would you want to go for this piece of shit? I mean, didn't you just dig up the predator in the last episode?
Look, nerd, I know what you mean, but it's my job as the host of Daner's Dumpster to bring up the shit we find and warn people not to watch it. Kind of like my calling as Daner the Giraffe Slayer.
Yeah, of course I understand that. After all, I do play shitty games and warn people from playing them. Aside from that, don't underestimate Freddy. I know a thing or two about dealing with a shitty dream demon.
Look at me, I'm a fucking Canadian. What a shit stick!
Flow diarrhea, fuck farts. Now you're gonna die.
Go yank your cock through your ass, you fucking butt mongrel. I got the power glove.
Well, Dream Demon or not, this son of a bitch's time has come. It's going to regret being made, and when I'm through with it, it's going to need an entire pool of Mountain Dew to recover from the beating I'm going to dish out. Anyways, let's get out of this dump. We have a stream to get to.
Thank God, I think I've had enough weird and nasty shit to last a lifetime.
So yeah, after Sleepy Joe and his uglier-than-sin family disappeared, I decided to go underground and prepare for the bullshit to come. But yeah, anyways,
I don't think a lifetime was enough. Carter? What the fuck?
guys, I can explain. It was Freddy. He did it.
Fuck off, furry!
Why the hell are you in an alley wearing Speedos while it's raining?
Goddamn giraffes. Just fuck off with your long necks and pineapple pizza. Goddamn Carter and his cold blue sauce. I'll be fucked if I put that shit on anything. Whoa, what the hell? Where the fuck am I? Huh? What's that shitty sound? What the ever fucking hell? Carter, no!
Ha 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 ha. See, Carter, I told you that you'd love being my little chocolate chip. Look at all the fun we're having.
Ha ha ha, damn, Daddy Joe. You were right. This is fun. I love being your chocolate chip, and I'll love you forever.
No! Get away from him, you disgusting Freddy imitation son of 1,000 jackasses.
Oh, what's wrong, Mr. Bobanner?
I can't help if big burly men love me. Ha 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 ha.
No!
Whoa, look at me. I'm a fucking giraffe. What a shitload of 8 bananas.
Damn, Daddy Joe.
And don't worry, Jeffrey is bringing his whole giraffe family for the fun.
For fuck's sake, someone wake me the hell up! Ah!
Be my little giraffe Mountain Dew ice cream.
Dear God, I hate Teddy Krueger.
What makes you think it's over, Giraffe Kid?
No! Greetings, exalted ones. Welcome to the dumpster, where we pick up the garbage so you don't have to. I will watch that intro on 2 hours on repeat than this piece of shit. I think that was a better movie than, well,
Caleb,
tonight's garbage. That's in
you are
question.
so fucking dead.
Yeah, sure he is. Anyways, greetings, exalted ones. Welcome to the dumpster, where we pick up the garbage so you don't have to. Tonight's garbage is the Elm Street remake. Movie I didn't want to rewatch, but I already did it earlier this month to write a review, and then J-Man, our hostage here, suggested it. So here we are. Here we are again. And, of course, we're joined, as always, by my partners in crime, Special Agent Spooky Clutter. Thank you for that intro. That was too fucking good.
Ooh, look at me. I'm a fucking giraffe.
Oh, my God. And, of course, Special Agent Carter's Cold Blue Sauce. I put that shit on nothing.
Never have.
Never will.
Never will.
And
No. So, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. And, of course, I already introduced J-Man, technically, so welcome back. It's good to have you here.
I'm glad to be here, man. Just for the record, I gave this movie a shot a lot of times, and every time it just got worse for me. So I give up now. I just give up.
Well,
but it's one of those. You guys know me. I'm a pretty positive person in the community. Very few movies I say I hate, and I hated this movie. I hated it. Not that there's not some good things in it. We'll talk about it, but fuck, I 80s kid, I guess. I don't know. It's got serious problems. I know there's a lot of people who have come around to this movie and like it, but I can't. It's hard. It's hard to get through this one.
No kidding. In fact, I didn't say this, but even though I finished writing my review for it on Letterboxd, which you should totally check out and read it, by the way, Netflix wouldn't let me finish the movie. I wonder why.
It won't let you finish the movie.
There was only 5 minutes left anyway, so it's like, maybe Netflix just knew it's not worth it, man. You're going to do a watch along anyways. Like, just wait and finish the movie with your friends. Now,
I mean, you could go with that, right? I mean, we are here.
Positive thinking. Now, the thing with the remake, I mean, we all know that in the early 2000s, the remake trend, like that train started going with like Texas Chainsaw and all that, Black Christmas, When a Stranger Calls, Friday the 13th. Just watch that scene from Scream 4 where Kirby reads off every single remake that existed at the time. The Fog, Prom Night.
You know,
and they all have their own little problems.
Oh yeah,
one of those. Even Texas Chainsaw, as much as I love it, there are little issues I have with it. You know what I mean?
You know, one of the remake movies I hate the most is The Fog.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, fucking Smallville Kent in there.
I'm putting it on the list, and he does. And Tom Welling ain't got shit on mustacheless Tom Atkins.
Oh, of course not.
By the way, I watched Halloween 3 last night. I still love it.
Stop it!
Brandon, hello there. No Power Glove or 3D gimmicks here. Just one terrible CGI wall shot.
Oh, fuck.
Is that the only terrible CGI, though?
Pineapples, giraffes, and Tommy...
Wiseau.
Freddy. Oh, hi, Tanner. How's your sex life?
Well, that was fucking...
Can't talk about it.
Filthy Dan and Nightmare on Elm Street 2010.
That a boy, Dan. In the garbage can, I see that. Yes.
Yes.
SPC Unleashed. Unpopular opinion. This is my second favorite Elm Street.
Oh!
Wow.
What?
Well, I'm sorry,
curious to know
SPC.
why.
We're here to tear this movie apart, but I'm not one to bash one for their opinion. I'm glad you like it.
You know what I love about Austin? Austin has some bold opinions. He has some bold opinions, and that's what I like about hearing his. That's what you should do, Dander. You should have a devil's advocate. You should have someone who really likes it, someone who really hates it.
Well, speaking of someone who really likes it, hello there.
There he is, right there. Thank God he showed up.
Be nice.
I can't do that, okay?
No, I'm not going to.
And but like I was saying before, like when it was remaking the slashers, like Leatherface, Jason, Michael. The thing with those characters, they've all been played by different actors. And yes, you can pick who your favorite Leatherface is, who your favorite Michael Myers, who your favorite Jason is. But with Freddy, there can be only one. And his name is Robert Englund.
Damn.
But to be fair, when I heard about this remake, I was a bit optimistic. But mainly because, well, I just saw Watchmen. And when I learned Rorschach, he's going to be Freddy, I had hope. Like, this, how could I not? He was the best thing about that movie. Whether you like that movie or you don't, I love it. But him playing Freddy, it's like, yes, he's going to kill it. He could have with a better script.
And better makeup, too.
Yeah.
I'll get to that.
Yeah. I agree. He is pretty good if he had something more to work with here, but
it's tasty garbage, somewhat produced in poor taste. It's mid at best.
Perhaps.
Netflix did you a favor.
That's what I was saying. Remember, positive thinking. Despite me being one of the biggest negative Nancys you know, I mean, considering what this show was built off of, my negativity.
If you have to blame anyone, it is everyone behind the scenes. I do not blame the actresses. Besides Nancy, she obviously did not.
Nancy? Who the fuck's Nancy? I don't see Nancy in this movie. I see a store mannequin who's supposed to be the lead.
Actually, I have a theory. This is the girl with the dragon tattoo before she became the girl with the dragon tattoo.
The thing is, she's a really good actress. It's just
Oscar nominee.
She was miscast. She's just miscast.
Or they really fucked up the writing, which I know everyone's talked about before, but we'll talk about it as we go, I'm sure. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to light this Molotov cocktail or this Sprite.
Me too.
much worse remakes out there. Black Christmas 2019, Poltergeist, The Fog,
The Shining. Which we already did, by the way.
Thank God.
Is there worse remakes, really, though?
I find myself in the dumpster. At least this one isn't as bad as Dream Child. You know, I'm almost tempted to just do a watch-along for that. Like, let's do
Actually, you know what? Chris ain't
worthy
wrong.
of this show, because I don't like that movie either. It's a bad movie.
Chris is right. Like, I would have I always rank these with Freddy's Dead being the worst, then Dream Child, then this. So I think he's right about that, actually.
I thought with what Jackie Earle Haley did as Freddy was good for what he was given. I think he has some very effective scenes. I love the scene in the pharmacy.
That's actually one of the better parts.
Yeah. I mean,
I get with that.
It's just, I think it's been a while since I've seen it.
Me too.
So, but I did watch the original Elm Street today, actually, just to sort of get a better taste in my mouth before we dive in. But the thing I remember most was Nancy, or the Nancy imitation, and how she was just boring. Like, she just an NPC,
lifeless.
An NPC in real time.
She is the embodiment of the NPC meme. by the way.
Why is Superman 2 coming to mind? I've never seen garbage before.
Oh, by the way, I got the first 2 Superman movies on VHS recently. I didn't even think to share that in the group chat. I should have.
She was miscast, misdirected, and miswritten.
Exactly.
And damn near quit acting because of this too, by the way. Because she hated doing this movie.
And don't even get me started on fucking Clancy Brown in here. Fucking Mr. Krabs is in here.
I love Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown.
He's actually one of the better parts of the fucking movie.
You can act with the right material. This just wasn't it.
No, the talent was there. The talent was there.
See, being nice to this movie makes you feel good. My ass. We haven't even gotten into the movie yet.
Right? Just because again,
Cassidy should have been Nancy. She always gets the short end of the stick in horror.
Well, wasn't she? Black Christmas.
Wasn't she in? Fuck. What am I thinking of? She wasn't in the Prom Night remake, was she?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, that chick from X was in that.
Oh fuck, that's right.
I don't want to talk about the Prom Night remake.
Katie Cassidy should have been the lead of the film. I don't hate Rooney Mara in this, but she's pretty flat,
to say the least. Damn, the chat's very chatty tonight, but I dig it.
So do I.
But without further ado, gentlemen, I am the Molotov cocktail's lit, and I'm about to set myself on fire. So I'm going to proceed with the countdown. And
starting at the 0000.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. 000. Ooh. Anywho, I'll proceed with the countdown in T-minus 5 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. They didn't even make the New Line logo red.
Yeah.
What a fucking missed opportunity.
Didn't they do that in the Friday remake?
Jason. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched that. They might have.
Time Warner Company.
I'm kind of tempted to check that out later.
Oh my god!
Just to be clear, that movie is not worthy of the dumpster because I actually do like the Friday remake.
Oh, I don't think it's bad. I just think I don't know. I could have done with maybe some soundtrack callbacks. Maybe that's just me. Like that was one of my biggest critiques of Prey.
This movie too. Yeah, hear Charles Bernstein's music.
Thomas Dekker.
You don't remember Thomas Dekker's in this movie, Carter?
No fucking way.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind the opening, the little shots. He's very music video like. He's a music video director, right?
Yeah.
The little imagery you're getting here. And you know what? I watched this trailer so fucking much when it came out. I was excited. I thought this was going to be a good movie, and I think that's what the problem was.
That's where I remember her from. Taken.
Which one?
Yeah.
Well, we brought that up, and I said
Micro
she's the one that gets kidnapped and killed, and nobody gave a shit.
I thought so. Thank you.
Thank you for confirming that, Bert.
I actually like the Micronep concept. Damn, I just wish they did more with it.
And yes, to Chris, thank you for bringing up Harper's Island because, if you thought Katie Cassidy was hot in this, you didn't see her as a brunette in that show. Ugh.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's kind of where my crush on her started at the time. And that was another thing that had me with this movie. It's like, oh, she's going to be in it? Cool.
Okay, I got a question for the chat. Because I'd sort of been pondering this after we watched Freddy's Dead. And then I watched Freddy vs. Jason afterwards. Like, okay, weird little thing. On Friday the 13th, I decided to do a weird thing. I watched the Friday remake. Then I watched Jason Goes to Hell. Then I watched Friday the 13th Part 6. Then I watched Freddy vs. Jason. And then I was asking myself, because I was sort of in a mood for Freddy and Jason at the same time. It was weird. But who do you think should take over as Freddy? And should they do a complete reboot, or should they do some kind of a continuation, but make it to where the new Freddy, is like a shapeshifter and changes his face, and that way you can have your cameo from Robert Englund as Freddy one last time? Or what do you think? I don't know.
Perhaps.
What do you guys think? I'm curious.
there was a real,
Sprinkwood Dimer.
there was a cool concept that Peter Jackson did. Was supposed
Yes,
to do it.
we talked about that in the last.
You know
stream, actually.
where Freddy kind of gains his powers back? That would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes, but hey, Power Gloves and
I think we need a complete. I think we need a complete reboot.
Yeah, just
don't. They had the right idea.
Don't play it safe like this.
Yeah, I think they had the right idea here to make it scary again. But
well, right off the bat, we're introduced to a real problem I have, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Complete reboot, and I want an unknown actor.
I want Zachary Ward. God damn it! Come on, Scott Farkas from A Christmas Story.
No.
He did a pretty good job with that scene in Freddy versus Jason in the bloody bath.
Any update on the Jason mask possibly being in Freddy's Dead? By the way, I haven't looked it up. I need to. God, I was thinking about that, and I never followed up on it. I need to. I'm gonna do that.
Now this is actually one of the best sequences in the movie for me. But this was a pickup shot. They did this after.
After?
Okay, that I like that. The scissor kick that he does it.
Yeah, he added something. Yeah, that right.
But my problem is they show him too quickly here.
Yes, Daner. The thing with the original Nightmare is there was a build-up. He goes for the kill in this movie, and it's one of my biggest problems with it. There's no of that. He relishes in the fact of invoking fear. You got to be so terrified. That's what Freddy does. He's not Jason. He's not Michael. He's someone who loathes in this stuff.
Yeah, he takes elements from those characters and with a little bit of Pennywise because fear is his greatest weapon.
Brandon, I share your sentiments, especially over these past several years. Star Wars is the first thing that comes to mind. Chris knows that. He commented on a photo I posted earlier. Thank you, Chris. Same thing with like Halloween, because like on the one hand, it was nice to see Jamie Lee Curtis again. On the other hand, Halloween Kills decided to bring back the sheriff, and they just killed his ass off. They killed him off in a very ridiculous way. It's like they brought him in just to kill him off, like they've done in Star Wars with legacy characters. It's like, is the only purpose for bringing back legacy characters just to kill them off and hoist up the new guys? It's like, you have both.
Let them ride off into the sunset, for fuck's sake.
You know what I would have been on board with here is if it was Nancy who got killed in the first 20 minutes and Tina was actually our main character, right?
But her name's not Tina. It's Chris, so it's totally not the same character this time around. We're totally not going to try and fool you. I'm getting into the minds of the filmmakers on this one because that's what annoys me. It's like, movie, I'm not fucking stupid. You can have us hang around her all you fucking want. I know she's this movie's Tina. Chris, Tina. Hello.
Yeah.
Also, just one other thing I wanted to bring up.
Freddy one day. Every time I watch 5 Cream, it clicks Solomon.
He was already Ghostface. You can't believe Freddy if you were Ghostface. Fuck off. Sorry, but no. But
they should have brought back Buster Rhymes.
Oh God!
What would have been his catchline? Because he can't say trick or treat. What is it? Never sleep again, motherfucker. I don't know.
Oh my God! But you know what I find hilarious when it comes to this fucking Dean character? People like to I found a fucking little line on fucking IMDb that Kellen Lutz actually stayed awake for 3 days straight to prepare for the role. That's very interesting. Like, I give a shit. He's in the movie for like 5 minutes and we don't even get to know him. That's the problem I have with this movie.
Sweet dreams,
they throw us. There you go. But that's the problem I have here. They introduce us to these characters, but you are not getting any real sense of friendship between any of them. Like, there is nothing organic. going on at all between any of them. It's awkward. It's about as forced as Force Stick. Like, remember how bad that was?
No, actually, because I never watched it.
Well, if you've seen Force Stick, if anyone in the chat has seen Force Stick, you know what I'm talking about. It was really fucking awkward. By the way, I don't know why, but why are all the O's on the subtitles look like they got a plus sign in them? It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
see, they have a long dream sequence with Tina in the original, right?
Yeah.
And then they're at school, and then they're getting together at night, you know, doing their thing. That's where Rod
You're seeing
shows
them
up.
bond.
Yeah, and it just Wes Craven had a certain way of pacing the film too. This is just rushing everything. Like,
Is it just me, or does this feel too polished?
Extremely.
Like I like the cinematography. It's just you're right. It's
Well, that's just testament to when you hire a music video director to direct a movie
right.
because they excel at visuals.
Here's the
Dean,
problem.
what do you think you are doing? Get it? That was a supernatural joke.
Here's my problem. We saw Freddy's face too early, too.
Like, yeah, don't show it right at the beginning. Like, this is God. That is one of the creepiest shots of Freddy. Actually, it is the creepiest shot of Freddy. Fuck it. But it was a perfect fucking reveal. But I'll give this movie some credit here. It was nice of them to throw the movie a funeral. It is a staple of the franchise, after all.
Yeah.
But
wow,
doesn't Nancy just look so broken up over this guy? She probably doesn't really know all that well.
And his name is Dean, which we already know. Hey,
I made the joke. By the way,
what? Here's an idea. What if they were to do a Supernatural and Nightmare on Elm Street crossover? Just fuck it. Have some kind of random hunt.
They did that episode in season 3, remember? With the dream route? Yeah, season 3. Season 3. Dream a little, dream of me. Check it out. They even reference Freddy Krueger in that.
Well, I'm talking like a straight up Freddy Krueger thing. That's what I'm saying.
What a bitch! Falls asleep at her boyfriend's funeral? Wow!
And you
Hey,
see
man,
this?
You got to get those micro naps.
This is something that the original Nightmare didn't have. Is cheap jump scares. It had real good jump scares.
And Force Stick had a great cast, horrible script. Although I can't say that Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm was.
Oh my God! There he is, Mr. Krabs.
Come
I
on!
wish I didn't see Fan Force Stick.
Come on! Don't you know him for anything
Freddie,
besides Mr. Krabs?
He was in. He was he was that warden in what was it? Shawshank Redemption. He did the voice of Wolf.
Does have its own flavor to the
gargoyles. Some
the
other stuff. Oh, he was also in what is it?
He's Highlander, man. He's the bad guy in Highlander. It's like one of his best roles.
You know, Brandon, you make a good point 4? Because we don't see another Nightmare film.
That's true. Good.
The AI video game.
I honestly have to revisit this before knocking it too hard.
I don't. I've tried. I told you guys. I've watched it 4 or 5 times.
Well, the first time I watched this movie, I was drunk off my ass.
Well, because you know why? You know why, Brandon? Because jump scares are the biggest catch for horror movies these days. Like, you notice that so many horror movies, not all of them, to be fair.
A lot.
But that said, a lot of them always use jump scares. It has not stopped. It's the shtick. It's almost like when they bring in 3D, right? But the difference is where 3D comes in every few years or so. These horror movies these days, they just can't stop with it. The cheap ass jump scares is like, dude, no, this isn't scary. This is just it's like startling a cat, right?
Well,
yeah.
But that's the problem. Like, since we're so accustomed to it nowadays, it's just like every time it goes silent, I'm just sitting there like, like when I went and saw The Nun 2, like when it got to those moments, I'm just sitting there like, get on with it. Get on with it. Boom.
Hey, you want to know something funny? One of my coworkers at work says that not only did he like The Nun, but he liked The Nun 2. that it was better than the first one.
That's a low bar.
I was just gonna say, we're not asking for much.
Another problem I have is the house.
I hate race swaps as well, but at least have them be a good actor/actress. See, as long as you don't say the right person for the job.
Yeah.
Because then I come into question, like, when you look at, I'll give an example, Masters of the Universe. You know, the one that, what's his name, Kevin Smith did?
Ugh.
Where not only did they tokenize a character or a few characters, but they changed the race, and they had a
Hold the thought. What the fuck?
There we go.
It's like something out of the Haunting.
Looks like a
Look how
PS3
bad that
graphic,
CGI is.
PlayStation 2.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
PS3 2.
Fair enough.
Ugh. So much. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, but first of all, Nancy's house. It does not stand out like it did in the original at all. That is you get those famous buildings in horror movies, right?
Yeah.
Like, whether it be the Overlook, and yeah, we touched on that. No. You got that. You got fucking the Amityville house. And you have the Elm Street house, just to name a few. But you don't get that here.
Yeah, the iconic house isn't really there.
Yeah. You know what's funny? This mother actually looks like she could be a real mother.
That's good. I mean, small blessings, I guess. Small blessings, party favors.
Right?
All of the above.
Who can remember being 5 years old? I'm 30 and I remember being 5 years old. So what the fuck does that even mean?
One of the biggest mistakes this movie made, they threw away the idea about Freddy actually being innocent. Imagine if they stuck with that twist.
That is the worst problem I have with this movie in terms of story. It's a mystery to unravel, but then there's nothing.
Yeah, they pull up the rug out from underneath the audience.
At least that would have been. At least that would have been like, wow, they did something different with Freddy.
Yeah,
they made him into someone like who was actually innocent. This whole time, like he was like tried for something, whatever. That would have been cool. I would have been on board with that. I would have said, that would have been all right.
However, remember Cody Leach's meme? We can't root for you if you're fucking kids. Where it shows the original Freddy slapping Teddy here. It's actually you can actually see it on his little artwork for his fucking thumbnail and his intros. Yeah. It's like, okay, that's good shit, but yeah, we'll get to that little element with Teddy. Ugh.
I believe jump scares can be done well in the right hands. It's about subverting direction. For example, the famous scare in Exorcist 3 or Sinister. These scares can be done well.
Yeah, a lot of people can do them well.
Yeah.
1997.
T-Con, you guys are the best. Thank you for what you all do. Greatness from small beginnings. Appreciate it.
Yeah, the secret is not to show it through the whole movie, then all of a sudden hit your audience with a jump scare.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be expecting it.
Did you rewatch the It reboot, the scene with the fat kid reading the book and you see the librarian off just out of focus, grow eerily more creepy, and get closer with every cut, still creeps me out. Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
I picked that up actually more recently, believe it or not, when I was sort of binging both of them. Because, like, really, when I got through the end of part 2, I felt dissatisfied.
Yeah.
Like, you could say that I'm looking at a certain movie or miniseries through rose-tinted glasses, but I didn't like how they handled Mike in this reboot, like in the sequel, where they basically made him out to be like a fucking moron, essentially, with the ritual of Chud. I'm like, they made him like, oh, I thought it would work if we all believe. It's like, you're not oozing a sense of leadership or resolve. I like the original older Mike in the miniseries better.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that I like better.
If I want to watch the reboot, Mike, I'll just watch an Old Spice commercial.
Smells like power.
There's a lot of things I love about the original It still too. But I thought the reboot was done pretty good. Not the second one so much, but the first.
I mean, the first one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Bless her heart, she's really trying.
We don't talk about the second one. I'm glad that I'm not the only one.
Dude, you know what really bugs?
Also, another horror movie I love is Event Horizon. I love Event
Oh,
Horizon.
God damn it.
Event Horizon, I like to, like, in my head canon, I like to think that Event Horizon is in the same universe as Hellraiser. Because if
Hellraiser 4?
No. Let's not talk about that either. No, but if you look at some of the shots in Event Horizon and how some of the characters look, it looks like something in Hellraiser. Purely by coincidence, but again, headcanon, it's all in the same universe, personally.
You know, of all the two to carry this movie, why did it have to be these two? A store mannequin and someone who looks like he's about to cry every time.
That's what he looks like. I go, this dude is like not a leading guy.
I mean, I thought he was okay in Smile, and I liked him.
Oh
I liked him more
God.
in smaller roles, like in Jennifer's Body or Jesus Christ, look at that kid's hair. Look at these kids. I just want to slap them.
Okay.
Too many Justin Bieber haircuts to go around.
Guys, Jesse's shirt. Oh my God.
Calm down there. It's okay.
Fucking throwback to the pilot episode of Terminator the Sarah Connor Chronicles. God damn it.
Oh my gosh.
Also,
yeah, just wait till you see what happens to him in this movie.
Oh, and
you'll know why there never was a continuation.
Yeah, and I'm still pissed at Fox for that. God damn it. Not to mention this came out a year after season 2 ended.
Okay. This pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because, like, do I even need to compare this to the school scene in the original? Like, how it really took you along with the character into this nightmare world? Here,
it's just throwing shit at you. It's just going boom, 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 boom. You don't have a time to breathe. It's like, oh, we just got sucked into this nightmare realm. But, oh, look, here's another room, and
Yeah. Another problem is, I mean, I know I already touched on this, is, well, we don't get to know these characters all that well. We're just thrown right into the middle of it because the problem I have with these remakes that were coming out at the time is that they put way too much emphasis on the villains. Now, yes, they are the icons. They are the ones that they slap on a plastic lunchbox and now they're selling. But you got to care about the characters, too.
See, I don't even like his body language. I don't like the way he moves and like his
Besides
claw.
this, I will always love the scissor tick.
Now, was that directing? Was that directing, you think? Maybe the director just didn't... I feel like there was studio meddling in this movie.
Maybe. Well, although I think that at the end of the day, there's only so much meddling the studio can do.
Yeah.
In the sense of, well...
Oh, let me ask you. Why, when she falls asleep, why do we see Freddy right away? Nancy went out the hallway. She moved along, went downstairs. Then he comes around slowly like
He's
this.
creeping on her. Like,
this is just fucking dog shit.
Like, getting the sense that she's being watched just added another layer of creep factor to that whole scene. But now it's just, you really shouldn't fall asleep in class. Like, what does that mean? I know friends who have smoked weed in class right in front of the teacher and she didn't notice because I'm pretty sure her water wasn't water.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not kidding. By the way, why does the dog have to be in this movie?
Why?
I like it. I like Chapter 2 a bit more because of the cast, but yeah, I think the miniseries is my favorite of the adaptations. Tim Curry rocked it. With some reshoots and script changes, Event Horizon could have been made into a Dead Space movie. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not feeling any kind of tension or anything.
Watch Sunshine.
No.
Like a psychological thriller.
But you know what I am?
I think it
you know
was
what I'm feeling?
Is believable.
Sunshine is awesome.
We got to nuke the sun.
Sunshine is fucking awesome.
You know what I'm feeling?
Never even heard of it.
You know what I'm feeling, though? I'm feeling disappointed here.
Watch it.
Like, I'm sorry. This movie can really go fuck itself for not just making her the main character because I really want to like her.
And you know what it feels like, Daner? It feels like they changed their mind halfway through.
Yeah.
It feels like they were going that way, and they just said, no, the fans won't like that, so let's stick Nancy back in it.
But like the whole making Freddy innocent being a ballsy choice, killing off Nancy and having Chris here be the lead would have been ballsy, and I would have been all for it because like I said, like this was a time where like Kenny Cassie was kind of having some popularity at the time, so it would have been interesting.
Hell, you want to go a step further? You could have made this a complete reboot and keep Freddy, keep Springwood, but don't have Nancy Thompson in there. Don't have the rest of these names that we're familiar with. Give us a whole new set of characters. You know, subvert expectations a little bit. Twist things around.
Do any of you want to see Freddy when he was alive? Like maybe when Nancy was, like when he was actually taking out the young children? Like, would you be down? So almost like a true crime, real horror kind of feel to it. You want to see that?
I'm kind of half. I'm kind of half and half because on the one hand, yes, it would be interesting to see how that would work. At the same time, if you start explaining things about Freddy's backstory too much, it's gonna ruin the mystique. I mean, Freddy's dead, right? I mean, we just watched that. That's one aspect. I mean, sperm demons of sleep dreams, bullshit.
You remember Dream Warriors where the nun is telling the story? That's all you needed, really.
Yeah,
I like.
It's up there with like fucking Donald Pleasance's monologue in Halloween. It's up there.
But Caleb, I'm not talking about explaining his backstory. I'm talking more about he's just there in the neighborhood making his knives. He's going out taking now. It'd be a hard movie to watch because he's killing like young kids.
Yeah,
shit like that. It could be pretty horrific actually. Done.
I mean, you could make it work. It's just
we know that part of the story. I think it's.
The only question is, I mean, because obviously you can have Robert do it. It's too late for that. But it's kind of like, you know that they're planning on coming out with this TV series for Jason, you know, Crystal Lake, where it's going to focus on a young Jason and Pamela. I'm thinking to myself, if that's the only project that you're going to be doing to bring back the franchise, then you're making a big mistake because we have Scream that's been getting its legs kicking, and it's doing a pretty good job, by the way. Obviously, Halloween is sort of there. I mean, the Blumhouse trilogy is mixed bag, you could say. But nothing from Freddy, nothing from Jason. I mean, we need to get them back. I just don't know. I mean, I think it would be easier as far as like a story goes to go back with Jason, especially for an actor, because you don't need a Robert Englund type presence to play Jason. You just need to get somebody. I'm actually
interested because I've always wanted to see Pamela go through that psychological break. Like I'd like to see all that. I've always been interested in seeing that though. But with Freddy, I'm not sure if I need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could even go with. I mean, they try to tie in many different franchises to each other. I mean, Jason Goes to Hell had the Necronomicon, of course, Freddy too. I mean, shared universes are still around. I don't necessarily mind it. It's just if you're going to do a shared universe with all these characters, if that's even in the cards, right? Just do what Marvel initially did, which is introduce your individual stories, leave some Easter eggs here and there, like, hey, we're in the same universe, but still tell your cohesive, self-contained story that's set in this larger universe, and then go from there.
This is fucking paint by numbers this year, man. Like,
right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't want this Freddy to laugh either. I'm sorry. I didn't want him to. It's not working.
Yeah, it sounds kind of shitty.
Like, look at
it's too phoned in.
The original, his shadows on the wall?
Yeah.
He comes out and he goes, Tina.
Right.
This is just
building up.
Rushing. This is rushing.
Well, shit. You remember when we see Freddy in the original, I think the second time, where you just see a silhouette with an extended arm?
Yeah.
I mean, that was fucking intense. That was creepy as shit. And you didn't even really get to see Freddy. Still.
Yeah, but he's calling her though at first. He's going, Tina. Then he goes, Tina. Like he's calling her from the house.
It's just
There's just a lot of imagery they're throwing at you here. Like,
it's not working. Ugh. And the editing there, like those editing shots, I hate that.
Yeah,
it's all that flashy shit that Hollywood was obsessed with and possibly still is, but fucking hell.
No shared universe, please. I'm over those.
Yeah,
I understand.
They can't come up with their own creative deaths here, so they just improvise on a classic.
Why not an SCP show made by Del Toro? He already did it with Hellboy, kinda, and with how he did that vampire show, The Strain. I think he'd kill it with an SPC show. He loves monsters. What's SPC? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I forgot the name. I don't know the acronym for it. I don't know it.
You can even have a Jason, Freddy, Ghostface DTC episode. Yeah.
Better episodes.
I was just petting him.
Oh, God damn it.
Hey, Carter.
Fuck off.
Chocolate chip.
God damn it. You bastard.
You're still sleeping, Greg.
Where do I even begin with this scene?
Yeah, they don't really do much Freddy's turning abilities here. Yeah.
No. Instead, let's okay, this is comical.
Wake that up.
Wait. Hold on. Okay, in that shot, I saw the fucking cameraman in the mirror.
Really?
Wow. But again, no
don't touch her, dude.
Here.
Don't touch her. No. Dude, call
Carter,
the police.
I need to Carter. Shush. I need to really break this down.
There's one word here. Rush.
Yeah.
Rush.
But
Tina was on the wall screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming, and he's dragging her along the wall. The other's trying to get in the fucking door to bang it down. And
that's the big difference. Over here. Go ahead.
It's also how the scene's executed too. Like that whole rotating room set that they were able to pull it off with in the original is fantastic. Like every time you look at it, you almost don't believe it's happening, but it's happening. Here, it's just cheap-ass wire work that doesn't look all that great. The sound is comedic, especially where she's like plopping against the fucking wall, like boom, 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 like pizza dough.
Well, dude,
and then
it looks like
one slash, and down she goes.
Well, you know what it looks like though? It looks like a fucking poltergeist scene where it's just a ghost throwing somebody around instead of her being dragged on the fucking ceiling like Freddy. I mean, we've seen Wes Craven's New Nightmare, what that whole thing looked like. I mean, whether or not you want to see that, at least you can understand. You get a picture of what was going on. But with that scene, she's just being thrown around like a fucking rag doll.
And of course, you get that awesome line from Freddy. Ever play Skin the Cat?
Oh, I was just petting him though.
By the way, you know that whole scene where Chris is being thrown around and shit? Every time I see that
I don't know that scene actually. That's new to me.
Well, dude, every time I see that, I just gotta think of the scene from Scary Movie 2. Yeah, you get a kink at like, oh god damn it.
Okay. I'm surprised Rooney Mara could say this part without vomiting, because I want to vomit.
SCP stands for Secure, Contain, and Protect. It's a ghost organization that captures supernatural creatures and such and contain them, but it's not just creatures. You have entire sentient cities or space. Wow, that's interesting.
Okay, they actually said the line. If you die in your dreams, you die for real. No, when they actually say that, it's like...
Well,
people say that to describe what goes on in the movie, but no one ever said that in the original. They didn't say it in any of the movies until now, and it feels like a parody of itself.
Yeah, Dana, why are they telling us the rules? Like
they have to tell it because they're not good at showing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I prefer the Family Guy version. You can poop in your dreams. Poop for real.
Fuck, I'll take the Simpsons parody over this shit. La molecular acquaintance.
Remember that
What's with this
shot?
music, by the way?
Remember the shot where he's under the sheets with Tina and he's just in silhouette? Like, none of that's here. Silhouette, not showing him.
Yeah,
Like,
and even with that shot, how they're blending reality and the dream into like one little package there. Because like, for all you know, because we don't see until he pulls the sheet back, he's not there. But you could see she's on the bed in that shot. So it fucks with your mind. That's what immersed us into those scenes.
Yeah.
See, that was great visual storytelling in the original. Show, don't tell.
also, the scariest thing was, wow, you go to sleep, you're dead. Imagine trying to stay awake. It was psychological, but they're not building it up enough here.
No. Well,
No,
this
it's
guy
just
seems
throw
nice.
shit at the screen and see what sticks, you know?
Oh, spoiler alert. He doesn't go out like the original Rod Lane.
Now, I will say I do like his dad. I like the line Freddy says to him about after his brain.
Yes.
That's a good line. I gotta admit that. I will give credit where credit's due.
What's up with this guy's haircut?
I don't know. Ask Chris. He loves this guy.
Chris? Does he remind you of Scott Pilgrim? Is that why you like his haircut?
I don't know. I don't know. What? I know he likes Kyle Gallner. Again, to each his own. It's just like, again, I've enjoyed him in some movies, but this is not one of them. Hey, Jesse, it's okay. By the way, his name's Jesse. Is that a callback to Jesse from Part 2, perhaps? But Jesse, I know how you could stay awake. Play the song. It's called Dream Warriors by Doc, and that'll keep you awake.
Well, a dream warrior.
That is such a banger. Hey, here's a question. I got a question for you, Jay, man. Which song is better, Dream Warriors or Man Behind the Mask by Alice Cooper?
Man Behind the Mask. You could not write that shit any better because it describes Jason and the lore. Everything's there. I just love it.
I love the music video, too.
I'm sure me and Kate will talk about it Saturday night. Shameless plug. Tommy Driver trilogy.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. The room effect was so convincing in the original that Amanda Wise herself was getting disorientated and West had to calm her down.
Yeah. Or that cheap effect where he goes to the wall, like the spandex or and Nancy, the crucifix drops.
Yeah.
Right.
He's coming through like this. Fuck, man.
A simple, practical effect.
So I haven't actually seen the Babadook.
Oh, I love the Babadook. Love it.
I've heard so much about it, but I haven't seen it.
Mother's performance is awesome.
The only thing I know about is the kid is really annoying.
Well, that's how it depends how you look at it. If you've dealt with terror children before.
Hey, but the thing is, I think that movie, like, at first, yeah, he is annoying. It's like, okay, spank this little shit. But then when it's really starting to get a lot more intense, they do flip the script. And now I'm scared for the kid.
Yeah.
And that's what I really liked about the Babadook. Part of it, anyway.
Yeah, I love that.
Also, how about an Ash versus Jason where Jason's mom actually used the Necronomicon to revive Jason and Ash has to put him down?
That'd be a fun comic.
Well, let me put it to you this way. They sort of had that already. Well, no, wait. Wasn't that... What was it? It was... It was one of the fan films.
I forgot how much cheap jump scares are in this fucking movie.
Like, that was horrible.
You guys got to help me. There was a Friday the 13th fan film that had, I think it had Jason's mom, and then it was talking about how I think Elias Voorhees had read the Necronomicon or something and brought Jason back.
Oh, I think that's Vengeance, maybe.
Yeah, Vengeance. That's what it is.
Hey, I have a question. Does Elias still want his supper? That's supposed to be when Chad shows up in the chat.
I've always said, wouldn't it make sense?
Jason's mom literally brings her son back with the Necronomicon.
There's one for you.
If you haven't, the Ash versus Evil Dead.
I've always said,
oh yeah.
What if Jason was buried in Pet Cemetery. Wouldn't that make a lot of fucking sense?
Crossover. But you know what, though? The only thing is that they never found his body, right? In the story.
But,
True.
Like, he drowned in the lake, but then never found the body. I don't know, kind of curious, though, isn't it?
But didn't the lore say that he washed up? Didn't he say he washed up on the shore or something?
Oh, there's no fucking lore. They just made that shit up as they went. No, Jason is a fucking revenant, and that's it. When she got her head chopped off, he rose out of the lake. I don't believe that he was alive the whole time, hanging out in the woods.
It's a curse.
Yeah.
It's a curse. That's what makes that franchise great.
And I won't say what happens, but Never Hike Alone 2. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make me watch it again. I gotta watch it again now.
You will watch it again. I'm sure you will, because it really was that good.
Oh, see, that was a good shot.
Is that supposed to be her and Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not a bad idea, having the victims kind of there and in the dream.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Dream Warriors, where Freddy shows them on his chest.
I don't know if it's done as well as like even showing that fucking asshole from Freddy vs. Jason quite literally holding his own head, like, "Come on, let's go."
You know what? Right here, the way that Freddy's like really angry, that almost feels like he might have been innocent, and then now he turned evil because of the pain he endured.
That's where the problem is that it's like they had that one idea and they dropped it. So his whole performance is hinging on kind of this vengeance thing. You know what I mean? Because he's so angry, and that's like out of Freddy's. He usually laughs and he's loathing in it because he always has been evil. But this is like, it's sloppy writing.
John, no.
What an odd
what
an odd thing to do. I didn't do it. I'm innocent. Yeah, the guy had
wait a minute, though.
I didn't do it.
Wait, hold on. There's a fucking problem, though. There's no hole in his back.
Right?
If there's a hole in his chest, why isn't there a hole in his back?
I like this line.
Yeah.
Wait, we got
His
6
fucking
more.
laugh.
Dude, we got 6 more minutes of play. What the fuck are you supposed to be, Albert Wesker?
Hey, this came out before that.
Yeah. But
yeah, see, I find even Jackie Earl Haley really flat, just the way he's talking. Like, we have 6 more
his
minutes
fucking
to
laugh is
play.
like, ha 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 ha. It's like he's not even fucking trying.
And I think that's a lot to do with directing too.
like,
I guess.
again, it could have worked. I mean, one of my favorite scenes in Watchmen is when he finds that child molester, ha ha ha. And when he puts the fucking meat cleaver in his head, men get arrested, dogs get put down. It was awesome.
Which horror killer or monster would you hate to be against? For me, it would be The Thing. The prequel, though, fucking broke me with The Thing merging with that guy while he was still alive.
Oh yeah. Hey, let me tell you something about the prequel.
So just burn it.
If the CGI is distracting, but the actual sequences, they were filmed really well. It's just too bad they dropped the studio said no, go see. They masked it with CGI, but they built all that shit.
I still have, but I can ignore bad CGI. The story. I mean, in defense of the movie, there's not much you could do with the story per se that doesn't make it feel like the original, because it's basically the same situation. It's just the actors in the movie, I did not buy it. The fact that you had Norwegians and Americans there, I thought was really dumb, because in the original, you didn't have any American files that they found when McCready and the crew went to the base, right? It was all Norwegian. That was part of the mystery. They didn't really know what happened because they couldn't really translate the language because nobody in the American group spoke Norwegian. It added to the mystery. It's like, okay, we see this base has been destroyed. We see these weird bodies. We see people are dead. And
it would have worked. It would have worked with just the Norwegian staff.
Well, it should have been that. I don't know why they decided to bring in an American group. Well, actually, scratch that. I know why. Because we had to make it like The Thing. We even had to have a guy with a scruffy beard and a flamethrower. McCready, ooh.
I thought they tied it in well, though.
The ending, I can't because the alien ship is still buried underneath the ice when what's-her-name leaves. But that's completely incorrect when you go to the actual thing, John Carpenter's, because the ship is completely exposed. So what happened? Because they're supposed to be in, a day at most of each other? The events?
Yeah.
Okay, this is just horrible.
Yeah, she's so flat, eh? Monotone.
Not that. The mother is like the worst liar ever.
Oh.
I don't
Lying
think
bitch.
so. I don't know. No.
I don't know. Up is down, left is right. I don't.
Oh my god!
She's also an artist.
And it's
kind of irks me.
Which does it have anything to do with the story?
No, actually,
at all,
or
or are they just tossing in there as some really vain attempt to try and flesh her out beyond being a fucking walking, talking store mannequin?
Well, it actually upsets me because I'm a drawer. I'm an artist. I like to draw. And then I look at that and I'm like, man, is that how I look like to people? I'm some boring plank of wood that draws?
Well, I didn't want to say anything.
Okay, you're not quite... Okay,
oh,
come
fuck.
on.
Here we go. Another
movie. She hasn't shied away from bearing all before, like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. So why even bother covering it up?
That was
Okay.
riveting. That's a riveting movie, man.
Like I said, you could look at this as a prequel to Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Just change a few things around. It's like all the trauma from this entire event turns to the girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Shaves her head, goes all punk.
Why does Platinum Dunes don't ever put the iconic music in? They did that with Friday. Like,
right.
At least Rob Zombie, he put the Halloween music in it.
Right.
But wasn't that mainly due to studio interference? Like, oh, make sure you put in the Halloween stuff.
I thought that was what was missing from the Friday remake. You had some of that iconic score in there. Like, that's a shot for shot fucking.
You guys remember the remake to Psycho?
Forget that for just a second. What was the fucking point of having his arm in the bathtub?
Especially when it doesn't.
Exactly.
It doesn't lead to what happened in the original, where she gets fucking dragged and shit.
Oh,
don't take advantage of it.
Nothing happens.
Hey, you want to be really creative?
Wink, wink.
Take this scene right here, right? So it's snowing. Well, let's
turn off the AC.
Now watch this. Check this out. Here's how you get creative with it. Have a scene of her sleeping in the bed. Then all of a sudden it starts snowing, and then it has a shot of her, like the camera, like how she was in the tub, and with the cover, she's laying down sleeping, and then out of the snow comes the glove.
Yeah, see, that would have made more sense. You're right. Yeah,
would have been cool, but then again, jingling keys for the fans.
I know all about that shit, or we do, don't we?
Oh, we sure as hell do. You know how
Brandon's
I feel
right.
about it.
Brandon's right. He says
Norwegians not know English. Good question.
What Brandon say?
He's right. He says it's like, hey, remember this? This is the original. That's what they're saying. Hey, remember? Except for the modern audience may not know what the fucking original is.
Yeah,
that's true because everything's remake. Well, not everything, but
everything is just a new entry in a long-going franchise. What?
Dude, look at her fucking reaction. She's looking at a guy who's fucking burnt, and her expression, she's just, oh, you look like a creeper on the street. Here's $5. Go get Subway.
Right. Fuck, that's so bad. Oh my god, don't make me say it. I'm a number one guy. Just made me think of Batman.
You see
he
right
does
here?
sound like he's doing Batman, doesn't it?
Yeah. But you see right here, if they're trying to make him sympathetic, they tease this shit. You can't do that when he's doing this shit.
Exactly, like Cody Leach said. We can't root for you if you're fucking kids.
Hey, you want to know something funny?
Wait, hang on, hold on. He died in his sleep? He's got a fucking hole in his chest.
Hey,
Official
it was a
autopsy
chest
report.
burster.
Died in his sleep.
Chest burster, xenomorph.
Once again, we're thinking about better movies. God damn it. Anyway, what were you going to say?
Okay, so in the video game Dead by Daylight, for those who play, which is probably only half of us here, but you know who they decided so Dead by Daylight did a Nightmare on Elm Street chapter for this movie. And they got Quentin instead of Nancy to be the survivor, counterpart Freddy. It was a weird choice. Then again, they based the Nightmare on Elm Street chapter on this version of Freddy.
But why?
You know how many people were pissed off at behavior when they did that? Or was it behavior?
I'm sure.
I can't even remember. I don't remember because Dead by Daylight was owned by a different company, and then they had the rights sold off or whatever. But yeah, they had.
Oh, now you know.
Freddy Krueger in there. Yeah, it was kind of sad. Kind of shitty. What's up with all these pictures? You see that collection of pictures in that drawer? It's like, what the fuck is... Looks like a fucking clothing drawer.
There's no drama either. There was a lot of drama between Nancy and her mom and her dad, and
But it's all shit you don't care about, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really matter. It's like they're not really building up to anything. It's not really... I don't know.
And this is one of the dumbest parts of the whole plot here. They repress their memories of each other. I find that hard to believe that you'd forget everyone.
Yeah.
Especially in this huge class of 13 kids.
I didn't see Nightmare on Elm Street until after I started watching Friday the 13th.
I actually, Dream Warriors was my first Nightmare movie, like when it come out. And then I backtracked a bit, and I wish I saw the original Nightmare when I was a lot younger, though. I think I saw it around 9 years old. If I would have saw it at like 5, I think I would have been fucked up.
Yeah, I think the first time I seen Freddy was in Freddy vs. Jason, like because
oh god,
I got fully into Friday the 13th first. When they announced that Friday the 13th game was coming out, I watched the trailer for it and I was like, oh, this looks pretty fun. So I bought the game. That led me to watching the Friday the 13th movies. And then I saw Freddy vs. Jason. I was like, ooh, this Freddy character looks pretty interesting. And that's when I started watching Nightmare. Hey, Carter, does this look familiar?
Oh, god damn it.
Dead by Daylight.
Oh, god damn it. I'm getting fucking Vietnam flashbacks.
Actually, fuck. You know what? Oh, that's bad. That's so bad. Oh, no. No. All right. I got shitty news. Give me a second to go get it.
Oh, no. Wow. Kid actor Nancy is better than teenage adult Nancy.
I lost what I was looking for. Maybe that's a sign.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
If I can't find it, then I'll just tell the story because I'm remembering things now. Is it? No.
Because if I die.
Oh, here it is. All right. All right, let's see.
This scene's supposed to be the boiler room scene with Nancy's mom.
Yeah.
Basically.
You're right, Jason. As the original went on, her mom resolved to drastic measures, driving a rift between them. There's none of that here. Freddy versus Jason and Jason X were my intros to Jason. Had the opposite reaction, Caleb. I saw Freddy versus Jason, and I was like, who is this Jason guy?
Yeah.
So, this is the bad news. All right, so after I got into Friday the 13th, I was looking for some of these movies on Blu-ray. The first Blu-ray pack I ever got for anything Nightmare or Friday the 13th was this 3-pack that had the Friday remake, the Elm Street remake, and Freddy vs. Jason.
Bad choice.
I saw Freddy vs. Jason first, but my first introduction to Nightmare on Elm Street was this movie. This was the first movie I saw with Freddy.
Yeah, but what did you think about that when you first saw it? Did you like it?
I can't remember. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
All I remember was that I watched Freddy vs. Jason, and then I watched this one. I was like, I do remember that I was like, who the hell is this guy? This guy doesn't look like the other guy. I didn't know any better because I didn't know that these movies, when these movies came out, well, some of them. I knew Friday the 13th was an 80s thing, but Nightmare on Elm Street, different story. I didn't know. Like, you have to understand, my exposure to horror was so limited as a kid. Like, I only watched Stephen King's Silver Bullet, Stephen King's Rose Red, Alien, Predator, The Fog. You know, my exposure to horror was very limited early on. Yeah, look at this, guys. I mean, what a weird combo. Like, Freddy versus Jason, great. Friday the 13th remake, yeah, but maybe not. You know, maybe have the original Nightmare on Elm Street and, I don't know, Friday the 13th Part 4. Hell, even Part 3 right here. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
I don't know.
This is a boring fucking movie.
It is.
Yeah.
And I really don't care to watch this either.
Oh, doesn't he fall asleep in the pool somehow?
Yeah.
How the fuck does he fall asleep in the pool while he's moving?
They could at least have let the right one in kind of scene here.
All right.
Oh yeah. Which one? The original one or
They're
the
kind
remake?
of the same. So I like both of them. To be honest, I like the remake and the original.
How's this for a wet dream?
Yeah.
You're funny.
All right, that's a line from Part 4.
Oh.
Oh no, I'm in a really ugly industrial area.
Right. Why is there a jacuzzi out here?
That's not a jacuzzi. That's a septic tank, or a waste tank or something. And why is it so fucking cold out?
Here's my thing. Why even bother showing this? Like, if this is Freddy manipulating Quentin's mind, why show him this? Like, again, if he was innocent, it would be a different story, right?
Right. But
yeah, this is the problem, right? They do this
for the trailer. For the trailer.
Yeah.
For God's
Can you
sakes,
imagine
put something on.
And could you imagine the parents finding out that they killed the wrong guy or they killed an innocent guy? Just what?
You know what?
It would have been better, to be honest. It would have been a lot better.
But you know what? I don't know if I should find this funny or just maddening. Is that this is the first thing they do, just based on allegations only, and they didn't even try to take him to court and add in that element that the system failed and Freddy was set free, and then they took matters in their own hands. This honestly makes the parents look like the villains.
Yeah. And you know what would have been interesting? Is if Freddy would eventually, like, hunt down the actual Like if they gone with the Freddy is innocent thing, and then he tries to go after the actual guy who did it, right?
That's pretty cool. Divisive, sure, but I kind of dig it.
Well, fuck, dude. If you're gonna remake a Nightmare on Elm Street and be so fucking ridiculous about it, fuck it, you know?
Right.
That's what they did with Halloween 2, right? Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. They just said, fuck it. We did our Halloween remake. Now let's go to a sequel to my remake and do something completely and utterly insane, you know?
Right. You could also stop making him look like a bitch.
Yeah, it makes him even more look like the victim rather than a guilty motherfucker who gets what's coming to him, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, this here.
Oh.
Right there. You know what that reminds me of? That shot right there reminds me of Freddy's Dead, the ending, where his face comes to the camera. It's like the same thing.
Almost as bad, too.
I was so uneducated in horror as a kid. I legit... Romero's Land of the Dead was a direct sequel to Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
Nancy's still doing her investigation.
Yeah. And in modern horror movies, the best way to do investigation in modern horror is just go on the internet in a library.
Hey, isn't that the same guy who played in the Friday the 13th remake?
Yeah. Chewy.
What the fuck? Hey, kid, you want to be part of 2 big franchises?
Well, then don't be like this guy.
What did he do? Just phone in this performance?
Probably. Or you could be a really unfunny comic relief in a Friday the 13th movie. That's right, I said he wasn't funny.
Ooh.
See, that's a cool idea. About you haven't had sleep for so long that you don't even know what's real and what's not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's only one problem. This dialogue is shit.
Yeah.
And so is this crocodile tear performance. Wait, what? How did he upload it? How did he upload it? He died. How did he upload it?
That's so true.
That is so stupid. That'd be like if we upload this, even though one of us. Yeah, see?
Hey, you know what? But at least we're live, right?
Exactly.
Hey, look at it this way. Instead of seeing Clancy Brown as this asshole's father, you could say this is Lex Luthor after he beats Superman.
Right? He was so great voicing that character.
I've dealt with enough men in tights to last me a lifetime. He wasn't innocent, though.
Right?
That's the hilarious part. You could have made a twist, and it could have been interesting, but instead you said, fuck it, we're going to do a false lead, and then we're going to pull the rug from under you.
That's the worst. Again, that's why I hate this. This movie tries so hard to have a mystery, but it doesn't really commit to it, and that's the entire movie.
Yeah. Good way of putting it. It doesn't commit to the idea.
Exactly. And I guess Freddy got all the other kids and we didn't get to know them either. You know, it would have been nice if we got to know them just a bit. I mean, he killed all those other kids. Did he kill anyone else? Did he kill Mother Mulder and Kyle Curtis fled the Dark Ethan Files Patreon? We don't know. We don't know their names.
You cheeky bastard.
I find a way. That's what I do. Because it's better than just saving it for the end, if I do say so myself.
True. That's fair.
You know
Wow.
Oh, she looks so horrified, doesn't she? Like,
why the hell?
Oh my god,
Seriously?
that's so fucking
Seriously?
bad.
Seriously? Okay.
I'm done with this shit. Also, another thing, it's a shame Quinn didn't punch his dad for that.
Hey, I wonder, how would Jenna Ortega do in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie?
Everyone seems to like her, so
Yeah. Don't you just love how she just doesn't react to anything?
Yeah, she's just kind of like a, I don't know, a walking plot device. Can we say that? Is that accurate?
I mean, that is one of the.
I'm not even sure anymore.
That's one of the best scenes in the original fucking movie when you see Tina in the bag.
Yeah,
that's so creepy. Like they just put. It's like they interjected it in there. Have Nancy stop. Oh, Tina's there now. Do a quick jump scare and then let's be on with it.
Have you guys seen the anthology horror, The Mortuary Collection? Clancy
No,
Brown is in it, and he looks uncannily like the Tall Man.
What the?
What? What the? That's so stupid. To answer your question, Brandon, no, I haven't.
Son, that's an empty bag of gummy worms.
Quentin, what are you doing? Crack. What the fuck?
Oh.
Well, hey, at least I'm not going to sleep, Danner. Well,
Hey.
yeah, this isn't exactly a good substitute.
Hey, who's old enough to remember these things?
Well,
Car cigarette lighters.
I still have them.
Ah, good job.
Fuck, I want to fall asleep.
Yeah.
No, wait, you don't want to because then Teddy's going to get you, and then he's going to bore you to death with some stupid monologue about...
Dude, just get up, do some jumping jacks, go buy a fucking energy drink or something.
Have you tried doing that yourself?
When it comes to shit like this, yeah, I kind of would.
Well, G-Card, did it ever occur to you that maybe Monster did not want to sponsor this movie?
Yeah, or go buy like a
Man,
soda.
they're already shit enough as it is.
Right?
Why would they want to be associated with more shit? No. Fill the fuck up, man.
Oh, son, just go buy your gummy bear somewhere else, please.
Don't eat too many of them, otherwise you'll get diabetes.
Yeah, like this sequence is neat.
Yeah, I think
At face value.
Well, yeah, from a visual standpoint, it's fine. It's just
I like the micro nap concept. Like, different.
Oh,
okay. I don't know about you guys, but the sparks are kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude,
It's
if I
overdone. It's
Yeah.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, seriously, not to mention that if I want to see Sparks, I would rather go to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios and have actors on skates sliding by with flints on their fucking knee pads and stuff. You know they have stuff that do that, right? Wake up.
Wait, what? Why would you want her to wake up? Oh, wait. There's a reason I forgot. Did you notice that he was just about to do the fucking ghost face thing?
Yeah.
He was just about to do that. Thank God they didn't show the rest.
Dealing with Walgreens pharmacists, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
No.
Fair
I don't
enough.
think I don't think I've ever seen a Walgreens.
Okay, but you have a pharmacy up there, right? You have pharmacies.
Well, duh.
Same deal. Same difference.
We also
They
have tornado. By the way, we also have tornadoes. In case
Oh,
someone
come on.
forgot
Why did you have to? Why did you have to mention tornadoes? Now you're going to make me think about Freddy's dead. Now I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too.
It was Soul.
Oh, come on. Who cares?
That's the low in the franchise right there.
Very low. That was their intro to Freddy.
Well, it's actually kind of ironic. It's the lowest part of the franchise that was at the highest point from a geographical standpoint.
Indeed.
Smart kid.
But hey, you know what? Think about it. You go so high, only to go so low. You know what I mean?
Hey.
No fucking way. I can't believe they got Judith Hogan here.
Who the fuck is that?
She played the original April O'Neil in the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah, that is her.
Yeah.
But why?
And what's her name? Oh, she was also in Halloween Town. She played the mom.
What a waste.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to put her in a mental hospital.
You're not going to take her to a dream clinic with Roger Rabbit?
No, I'd rather go to the Dream Warriors at Weston Hills. That way I get to see Taryn.
Hey, just remember, that fucking doctor from the first movie is Roger Rabbit's voice actor.
Wow.
Wow.
I still find that hilarious.
No, don't sign it. For the love of God, don't sign. Oh.
You bitch.
Oh. She
And
fell
she's
off the bed.
gone. God, now I understand why you hate it so much. Both of you.
Yeah. Oh, take the adrenaline.
I love Nightmare on Elm Street. So it's like Psycho and Nightmare on Elm Street are my two favorite horror films of all time. So it's just the beloved property to me, and I don't like what they did with this.
Yeah.
I assume that you've seen the Psycho remake with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, the shot for shot remake. I mean, like shot for shot. And Vince Vaughn's terrible in that fucking movie.
Well, you know what they say, a boy's best friend is his mother.
I don't like the way they handled Norman in that. He seems creepy in that movie, where Norman seemed like an approachable, like he's socially awkward kind of, but he seems like this nice young man, right? Mm-hmm. He just seems creepy in that in the remake.
Seriously, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. No, yellow.
They should have just had them as a couple already, like in the original.
Yeah.
There's just one problem: lack of chemistry.
Exactly.
Or lack of interest, right?
Well, really, take your pick.
It was Wes Craven's daughter who said, "Oh yeah, you got to hire Johnny Depp." He goes, "Oh really? He looks so sickly." And he goes, "He's so hot." In the original.
That's true. And this guy just looks like he's about to cry every time he's on screen.
Well, shit, he just crashed his car, so he has a good reason to cry now.
Yeah, Johnny Depp was more like, I'm going to punch whose lights whoever you are out there.
Kitty, kitty. Chow, chow, chow.
Kitty, kitty. Chow, chow, chow. I liked Rod and him, man. They were great.
You see his face?
There's no like creepy there's no creepy moments. You remember when Glenn died?
Mm-hmm.
And
it was a fucking geyser.
The coroner. He says the coroner's in the John puking.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Like, where is this stuff?
Nowhere.
You didn't need.
We're trying to solve the mystery.
But...
Trying to solve the mystery we already know.
Oh, don't worry. I got your key right here. Kicks the door open.
That's one of the best parts in Nightmare is when the mother is telling the story and she pulls the glove out and you're like, holy fuck, this dude was real. Like,
right?
It was just creepy. Like,
well, plus you had the music accompanying it. I've said this before, where like it's one of my big criticisms of Prey, where they didn't use an inkling of the original soundtrack of any kind of Predator theme. Music helps to sell a scene. You have the Dr. Loomis monologue in Halloween. We have the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I mean, having that creepy music along with how Donald Pleasance was delivering the lines, it is such an effective scene for horror. And it helped because of the fucking music. But this movie is lacking in the good music department. And it's a Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Why didn't they use any of the music throughout the film? They only used it once in the fucking beginning.
Yeah, like that freaking. Gotta have that going on.
But even with the scene you were talking about from the original, like when she reveals the glove and you get that.
Yeah, you get the. Yeah, I agree.
It's creepy as hell. But I will say this. Like when Marge says, so it's okay. You could sleep. I don't think so. You burned a man alive and you took his weapon as a trophy? And you're keeping it in the house? No, I can't sleep.
Well, that's what Nightmare was all about. It was about the sins of the parents,
right,
being passed on to these children, right? Their children, right? You know,
but is it really a sin? Because they're hunting down a child predator. So I don't know if I really consider it a sin. Like,
well, he was more of a murderer. Keep in mind the predator side of it was subtext. Something this movie did not get the memo on.
Yeah, exactly, Danner.
But
Wes Craven didn't tell you he's a molester. He was a child murderer.
That's all you needed too.
That's all you needed. You didn't. It was up to your own mind in the performance of Robert Englund to see what he was.
But what really pisses me off here is like if they go full blown child molester, it begs the question: why does he have the glove? If he wasn't a killer, I'll tell you why. Because he has to. Yeah. No real reason, just because he never killed anybody with that thing. Like, then what's the point of having it?
And that's what the mom said. He was a filthy child killer. She didn't say he was a filthy child molester.
Yeah,
right.
He was a filthy child killer.
Filthy really kind of clues you in on that. The word "filthy" describing it.
Yeah.
It's it was subtle.
You know, getting the audience to think is a good way to engage them.
Where is all the nuances?
Well, that's modern Hollywood for you. They don't believe in that shit, so they have to bluntly explain everything to you because they treat you like an idiot.
That is very true.
That's one thing I like. Kind of off topic. That's one thing I appreciate about Christopher Nolan. Is like when he did Interstellar. He writes it in such a way that he's assuming you know what Einstein's theories and everything were, and that he doesn't have to hold your hand through the whole fucking movie to explain. Oh, this is what energy equals mass times the speed of light squared means. Yeah. He's assuming that you know a little about science to get you, and not holding your hand going, well, we have to stop and teach you about this, then this, then this, then this.
Well, Brandon, clearly this movie was made for nobody because nobody ended up supporting it. Well, I don't want to say nobody, but I mean, the fact that we haven't got a sequel to this movie should say a lot. I'm pretty sure it all has to do with the licensing rights, but you would think that if this movie was as much of a hit as maybe some people might think it would have been, then we would have seen Jackie Earle Haley come back.
Okay, I find this hilarious. Like, she's having a very mental breakdown over seeing these Polaroids, yet you can't see her face. It's like they just 80-yard in her going, no, because, you know, God forbid Rooney Mara emote at all in this movie.
It almost makes me want to go watch The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo again, because I haven't seen that movie in forever. But I remember enjoying it for multiple reasons. Yeah, what does he want? That's not exactly clear, is it?
What does he want from us?
Well, to kill you, because
you needed a more experienced director to handle this. Like, I don't blame the director. I mean, he's got the visual part down, but he wasn't experienced enough to handle a movie like this,
or any movie really.
Or you know, if the script was better too, he didn't exactly get a good script. So.
Well, like I was saying earlier, he didn't want to do this. He didn't even want to do the movie until Michael Bay talked him into it by saying it will open up his career opportunities.
Sure it will.
It didn't. and just like with that's one of my biggest problems with this movie overall is that if there are people working on this, especially like the really important ones who are just not into it, that it feel icky. Like you're not making this with love or care. Like the original, that was made with love and care, and it was a great movie. This, however, it's just do it because we're keeping the fucking remake train going. We gotta fucking do something. And nobody gave a shit. Especially the director, and especially Rooney.
Which is a shame, too.
I mean, yeah, sure. I'm glad her career didn't die because of this. Even though it almost did.
Yeah.
That was like Natalie Portman. She
Drink
said she
some
couldn't
water, damn it.
She couldn't even get a job after Star Wars.
Yeah.
But she went on to do fantastic freaking work.
What are you doing?
Like, I recently saw V for Vendetta, and I was like, she's fantastic in that movie.
Yeah.
But then again, she could also be Tiger Lily.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they did a reverse Uno card with tokenization. In that Peter Pan, Carter, for gosh sakes, get some water.
Okay, I'll be back.
Here, I'll go ahead and mute your mic for you.
I'll be back.
No, wait. So what are you?
There was that Peter Pan prequel they made in 2015. Yeah, they made a prequel. Hugh Jackman was in it.
You mean that really? It was called Pan, right?
Yeah. Rooney Mara played a reverse tokenized Tiger Lily. She is pale as shit.
Maybe she's like Tacohanis, right?
Oh, come on. You love Tacohanis.
It's true. I do. Best part of Suburban Sasquatch. Or one of the best parts.
Really? My best part, of course, was, Sasquatch ripping apart the dog.
Well, for me, it was more so the reaction. But what's going on, Kyle? Oh, that intro, yes. Hell, I might just play it again towards the end of the stream, just to get the bad taste of this movie out of our mouths, And why was Carter in a rain dress like that? And
a rain dress?
Wait,
what the
a rain dress? What do you mean rain dress?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What the? Him singing the fucking nursery rhyme.
Did Freddy ever do that in the original series?
No.
Okay.
Ew.
What the?
Does anyone else want to jump into a tank of liquid nitrogen right now?
No, actually.
His makeup's terrible.
You know what it reminds me of, and I hate to say this because this is actually a good example. Sam's real face from Trick or Treat. That's almost what it reminds me of. That I hate to say it because I love that movie. But just the way he looked there, it's like, why does it remind me of Sam's real face? I'd rather be watching Trick or Treat.
Oh yeah. Why was Carter wearing a Speedo in an alley while it's raining?
Shut up. Shut up, motherfucker.
Oh, let me just say this. This is probably the best shot of Teddy here. Because you can't see his face, but you get a good sense of the makeup. It looks good in this light. I'm not going to lie.
That's probably the issue, too, is that the lighting, they showed too much, right? Like, right, yeah, Dana's right there. See him in the shadow and stuff?
Well, maybe if they had played this on early in the film, then...
Exactly. They're doing things fucking backwards. Like, this is where you're supposed to see him now.
They're really keeping him in the shadows in this sequence. It's like, I mean, in the original, he was pretty much in the shadows pretty much the entire time. You only got a few glimmers of him, and then part 2 comes along, you see a bit more, and then with 3, they went all out. But it still worked, because it was the 3rd movie. We're allowed to see it.
And the makeup looked better, too.
Oh, no shit.
God, the makeup in number 2 is amazing. Like,
they wanted Freddy to look more like a real burn victim, but he looks like a fried Navi.
Dude, no, he looks like fucking cheese. He looks like I will never look at cheese pizza the same way again. Thanks a lot.
They could have they could have done something like a mixture. Go for that burn victim look, but keep the
keep
Freddy
them
look
animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's
I mean his facial expressions like Robert Englund could do, like
yeah.
Or
it
even
seemed like
Jim
Jackie
Carrey when he
Earle
was the
Haley's
Grinch.
face was like restricted with this makeup, you know.
Like Mike Myers in Cat in the Hat.
Oh God.
That bad, people. That bad. Wait, one of your favorites? I thought she was your favorite. Now she's one of your favorite? Would it kill you to make any fucking sense right now?
What's up with his eyes too?
Hey, I don't know. Ugh.
okay. I want a better movie next time, even though this was my idea.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have you on for something good.
That doesn't make sense. Your memories are what fuels me, but they forgot about you. So, how?
It's supposed to be the fear that gives him his power, damn it!
But they didn't remember him. How are their memories what fuels him if they don't fucking remember him or even each other?
Now he sounds like the Crow. Listen!
Hey, you know what? I'd like someone to do a fan film. Freddy versus Freddy. Get the real Freddy Krueger versus this asshat.
You mean Freddy versus Teddy?
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh no, I got stabbed in the eye in a tree. What am I gonna do? Dumbass.
So what? The real Freddy had both of his arms cut off by Jason. I love that.
Fuck you. So does that mean he's gonna kill her? But if he kills her, then she can't stay in his world.
Listen to this fucking dialogue they're giving him. Like,
right?
Not even Robert Englund could do something with this.
Robert Englund said, "Fuck this! I'm not doing this line. I'll make up my own lines. I'll improvise."
You can't wake up. You'll never leave. Like,
again, this dialogue is just awful.
Now, look, I don't say this very often, but I'd rather be watching the Rob Zombie's Halloween remake than this shit.
Oh, yeah. I'd gladly watch that, but I kind of like those. So,
well,
I'd rather watch.
You know what Rob Zombie's Halloween has that this movie doesn't? A likable female lead.
Yeah.
He fucking said the thing. I'm your boyfriend now. Oh, fuck
There's
off.
nothing. There's hardly anything redeemable about this movie. Like,
hardly.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh, by the way, you forgot to mark the spot with the lipstick, you idiot. Get it? Pulp Fiction.
You seriously just let him do that shit? God.
Right?
God,
okay, he's in the real world, and he just threw that guy like a freaking wrestler.
Well, they really haven't set the rules about the supernatural or dream world and real world here with Freddy or Teddy, right?
Right.
That's the thing. When Freddy came into the real world, he was useless, essentially. Like,
what? Well, that didn't look ridiculous.
The question is, though, it's like, okay, How exactly does he operate? How does he operate in the real world? You know, like, okay, if you kill Freddy in the real world, does that mean like he gets reset back to the dream world and it's back to square one?
What?
The fuck? Welcome to my world now, bitch.
Yeah, that's from Freddy versus
Seriously?
Jason. Like,
Fucking really?
that's
You're
just as
gonna
bad
rip
as
that off?
that's just as bad as, hey Jason, say hi to Mummy in hell. Worst fucking line ever.
So which one's the worst? This? Say hi to mommy in hell? Or do your thing, cuz?
Oh my god. Hey, but you know what? The fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, the most recent one.
Oh, that was awful.
Fuck that movie, bro. Fuck that movie.
The only thing it can give you is that, well, it's fun to see these Gen Zers get fucking chainsawed.
Yeah,
but
when they
it's
all
still
pull
an
out their
awful
phones,
movie.
I look, it was shit. I can't even say that it was entertaining to watch them get cut down because even then, it was still shit. Like I would rather watch Halloween Kills than that fucking movie.
I'm not coming on for that one.
I never said we were going to watch it. Just
Right?
keep that in mind. I don't wanna.
No, fuck that, man. I watched that movie once, and I said, "Wow, this is a total piece of shit." This was the worst piece of crap I've ever seen. To quote Joe Swanson. Wow.
Yeah.
Nightmare's over.
And I'm
This
still
movie
surprised.
made my ass sore. My ass is actually sore.
Hey, and everyone's entitled to what they like, but I'm still surprised that Bacon liked that movie.
Well, you know what? Bacon also likes Rob Zombie's Halloween too. Then again, so does a lot of people, but I can't. I can't like that fucking movie. I'm sorry.
You mean Mikey Dreams of Horsies?
Oh god.
More like Mikey Dreams of Ponies. Keeping it relevant to this channel, right?
No, that's Carter Dreams of Ponies.
I thought that Texas Chainsaw was a piece of shit, man. I don't like what they did with Sally, man. I like you tried to bring a legacy character
fuck!
back.
I forgot about that. Dude, wait, what? Did I literally? I missed the. Oh my fucking god!
All right, see you later, guys.
I zoned out of the fucking movie for what, like 2-3 minutes, and it's already over just like that, and then.
That movie was fucking garbage, man. That's still garbage. I try, guys. Every time I try to like it, but I just don't see the movie that other people see.
No. And now I'll admit that final bit there with the mother, slightly better than the blow-up doll in the original, but even as much as I love that movie, it's pretty much unanimous. Nobody likes how that was executed. But this is only slightly better by this much because the CGI is fucking shit. Like when Freddy got up and he's mirroring her movements there, it's like he was full blown CGI in that shot.
Yeah.
Anyway, the nightmare is over for now. At least for us, it is. We're done with the Elm Street remake.
Someone wake me up, please. Someone wake me up.
Well, it's like I said when I was promoting this. Whatever you do, try not to fall asleep. Get it? Not don't fall asleep. Try not to, because this movie is like, not only is it just a dull remake, the problem is, like we've said before, it's the story of trying to introduce this mystery, but there's no real mystery because they abandon it to play it safe. And, of course, the other creative decisions that we talked about that they could have done, but they don't do to play it safe. Because, well, old fans are probably going to want to see this, so let's just play it safe. But, again, and you still try and have the audacity to try and, oh, well, this is the main character. Yeah, we're totally not going to kill off this character. She's not Tina, you see? Her name's not Tina. It's Chris. It's Christina. Like, Jesus Christ. Fuck this movie.
Hey, you know what? I just had an idea. about this. How they could have really made a twist out of this movie. So what if they follow the whole Freddy Krueger, gets burned alive, and then it turns out he wasn't the actual killer, and that maybe make it somehow that the actual killer was a demon or something, and then he took the form of Freddy Krueger, just to kind of like I'm taking parts of Wes Craven's New Nightmare where the Freddy of that movie was an actual demon taking the form of Freddy and doing all that bullshit. Make a twist out of it where it's not Freddy Krueger per se, but it's something that's taking his form just to fuck with the minds of the parents and the kids. I don't know, because they want to do a fucking twist, right? So if you're going to do a fucking twist, there's multiple things you could have done. Now, obviously,
have a teacher do it and frame them.
Yeah. And then have Freddy come back as a vengeful
I'll be right back,
spirit.
y'all.
Okay. Have Freddy come back as a vengeful spirit, and then sort of play it like that, where he's more aggressive. He's not joking because he's pissed, and rightfully so. But even though he would have every right to be pissed, where he goes wrong is killing the kids. Because the kids aren't to blame per se. Because they didn't do it. I don't know. We're theorizing about a better movie, which we somehow find ourselves doing quite a bit. Not just on this series, but just in general.
Just better movies. Yeah. But again, that's the worst thing you could be as a remake. If you can't really add to what is a bona fide classic or update it in some way to make it stand out for the modern age. I refuse to say audience.
Yeah.
But just something to make it stand out. And that's the worst thing. It's a forgettable movie. There's nothing that really stands out in a good way except maybe one little scene where it's kind of blending the reality and fucking dream world in some kind of limbo bit with the fucking micronap shit. But other than that, again, like I asked the riddle a couple years ago, and I'm going to ask it again. 4-letter word for a pointless remake.
4-letter word for a pointless remake.
Pointless remake. 4-letter word.
Okay, I see.
Do you know it? Do you know it?
No, I don't, but you said 4-letter.
Pointless.
I'm back.
Pointless. If it's pointless, it's not sharp. Therefore,
dull.
There you go. That's what this movie is. It's dull. And while it's not my least favorite Elm Street movie, it still belongs to Freddy's Dead, but this one, again, that one was just insulting. This one is just boring. And for that, I have to say, this one gets one trash can, making it stinky trash.
I agree.
Yep.
Stinky garbage on my end.
My only question is, what exactly is stopping this from being a complete dumpster fire?
Having
in your rating.
Well, like I said, a few creative decisions that could have been okay.
Katie Cassidy. If she
Yes.
wasn't in it, this is a half-a-star movie.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And of course, I probably would have given it a lot more if she was the lead.
I mean, she was a lot more likable.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'd say that she was operating...
And sympathetic, too.
Well, shit, dude. She was acting more like an actual human being rather than just a plot device.
I don't get is that people defend this movie saying, well, it's dark again. I go, that's one aspect of the movie. You missed everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I guess...
sloppy.
Well, check this out. It's sort of how people defend the sequel trilogy, where they took the prequels and they thought the prequel trilogy was so bad because of the CGI and the cringy dialogue, and so you get served a dish of Force Awakens. It's like, oh, this is a return to form for Star Wars. It's like,
no,
obviously
it's a gimmick.
Obviously, the prequel trilogy, like hell, you could say Freddy versus Jason or some of the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels, they had their problems. With that said, they were leagues better, unless we're talking Freddy's Dead. Or even Dream Child. I mean, shit. I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street doesn't exactly have the best track record, but
It went off
I mean,
the rails.
well, fuck
man.
it. I mean, original Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and I'll even throw in Freddy vs. Jason, because while it may not have been completely faithful Nightmare per se, it was a hell of a lot better than this movie. It was a hell of a lot better than Freddy's Dead. I mean, every movie has their positives and negatives. I mean, for what it was, Freddy vs. Jason was able to get Freddy and Jason together. Have my problems with it. But you had Robert Englund upping the ante as Freddy Krueger. Really not upping the ante, but he was in his element. It felt right. You know what I mean? It felt.
Yeah.
If that's the last we ever see of Freddy on the big screen, I still think it's a good way to go out. Especially considering the last thing he does is quite literally winks at you. Just
yeah. I mean,
just,
and then he had his laugh too.
control.
You know,
mm-hmm.
He has that famous Freddy laugh. I mean, so I mean, it works. That works. It's just it'd be kind of sad. That's why I'm thinking to myself, if they do a Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, which I mean that'll be the only thing they can really do. It would be nice to have Robert Englund come in one last time in the whole Freddy regalia and make it to where Freddy's like a shapeshifter. I mean, he already is, you know, changing faces and shit. So why couldn't we sneak in, you know, a 2-minute segment of Robert Englund Freddy doing what he does best, and then go back to the new guy, whoever it would be.
Right.
I'd be down with that. I mean, if we can't get Robert Englund to do a full-on movie one more time, then, you know, you work with what you got. Best of both worlds type of thing, where you get to have him in there, do the movie right. Don't give us Nancy Thompson again. Give us whole new characters. I mean, that's why I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with Halloween, because they have, Miramax has the TV rights, right? So they're going to be doing movies and TV shows and tying it all in together. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, if you're gonna do that, just don't give us another recast Laurie Strode. Just do a whole new story, do a whole new blah blah blah. You know, I don't know, man. It's all that I know is that it's frustrating that you had this sort of resurgence of Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th within a year of each other, funny enough. And
they didn't go nowhere because no one liked them.
With all the flaws that the Friday remake had, it was entertaining enough, I guess. I don't know about you guys, but it had its strong points. It may not have been the best thing.
It's a lot better than this fucking movie.
Yeah, more entertaining, I'd say. Like, because it has all those campy elements that you're used to, but this one felt soulless.
Yeah.
A soulless remake, I'd say, is what this was. It had none of the charm of the original. Oh, yeah, it had the dark atmosphere, but it's like praising good lighting in a movie. It's like, oh, well, this whole movie sucked ass, but it had some good lighting. Like,
50 Shades of Grey, anybody?
Right? So, I don't know. You get the point. I mean, for me, yeah, I guess I'll go with, stinky garbage. 1 star.
Yeah, 1 star for this piece of shit.
Well, they're not really stars if we're talking about garbage. Come on. That's why I went with trash can.
1 trash can too many. One trash can too many.
One dinged up fucking trash can.
We had The Predator, Freddy's Dead, and this piece of shit.
I hope to God the next one is more entertaining.
Superman 3.
Fuck no.
Superman 3. How about Superman 4, The Quest for Peace?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad.
It's very bad. Oh my God. But I already know one that has been suggested by Uncle Filthy, and hopefully that one will be more entertaining.
Which one's that?
Kiss meets Phantom of the Park.
Never even heard of it.
What the fuck is that?
I know Kiss, but I don't.
The band Kiss?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah. it's worthy because it is such a dumb movie, but my God, does it make me laugh how bad it was. Like, oh yeah.
You've watched
I'm
some
sure-
pretty bad fucking movies on your guys' show.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure Ace Frehley really did his own stunts.
Hey, you
Man,
know, speaking
Ace
of doing
stuff.
own stunts, I think I already said this in a previous stream, but when we went to our local Comic Con here in our area, we met Rudy Youngblood, the main lead in Apocalypto, and he was telling us all about how he did his own stunts for that role, getting himself bruised up and messed up. It was really interesting. And then, of course, I posed the question to him what he thought about Prey, because I told him my little idea that I had where, you know, I had imagined that in the movie Apocalypto, like how you could work in a predator in the story.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then he acknowledged that. He's like, that's a really cool idea. And then I asked him, oh, well, what'd you think about Prey? And he said there was, he said something along the lines, I can't remember exactly, but I mean, it's obviously a good idea having Native American take on a predator, but the stunts, it's like he was basically flexing about how he did his own stunts. That's basically how that particular conversation ended.
He was saying that like he was the Tom Cruise of Apocalypto.
Yeah, which was nice. But I mean, I don't know. Hollywood loves bringing back these old franchises, but they bring them back from the dead or out of retirement, and they don't really know what to do with it, because look at it this way. Whether it be Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Predator, Alien, those movies were speaking to an audience that had a very different mindset to the audience we have today. And it makes me wonder if you could even really have a faithful sequel to those sort of older movies, because in certain cases you can, like Top Gun Maverick. I'd say that's a winning example of how you bring
Great
back
movie,
classic,
actually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, you bring back the classic character without insulting him. I mean, holy shit. Who knew we could fucking do that, right? You know,
I can't wait. I can't wait for you to join me for Rocky Balboa, the 6th one.
I gotta catch up.
Because you're gonna go. That is how you end a legacy character. That's how you do it. Like,
yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, I have only got up to Rocky 3. I haven't seen anything past Rocky 3. I'm late on the Rocky train because, well, let me put it this way: my dad has egged me on to watch Rocky, but I never did it. But it wasn't until this gentleman right here, J-Man, getting me into it with Bacon, because we were all doing, we were reviewing it. I had to catch up. I'm like, okay, I'll sit down, watch Rocky, but I don't want to do any more Rocky things unless I do it with you, J-Man. Like, oh hell, I even bring my dad on, because I watched Rocky all the way up to Rocky 3 by myself, and it was kind of, I mean, it was cool, but I felt like it would have been better if I was watching it with guys that had already watched it and like, dude, you gotta watch this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watching it with friends, you know.
I got my watch party guests for November for the Rocky, and I'm gonna have you on for 5 and 6 because it'll be your first time watch. You'll have to watch 4 on your own, but watch the director's cut of 4 too that came out.
Okay.
Watch both of them because they do have a different feel to them.
Okay.
No, Brandon. No.
What?
No, I do not want to watch that.
Did you guys do a dumpster episode for Black Christmas 2019?
No.
Saying, Caleb, I watched Rocky and Rocky 2. I need to watch Rocky 3. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean, obviously with J-Man, my dad told me about it. My dad told me about a lot of movies. Like, I mean, he's the reason I got into a lot of the 80s films. It's just when I met J-Man, that's where I was like, man, this guy reminds me of my dad a little bit with all the 80s movies. It's like, it was
That's
good.
what Peter Anthony says too. Peter Anthony goes, yeah, you're the 80s guy. I can't get nothing wrong around you. You're so spotted out. Because when he watched Roseblood, I go, fucking First Blood poster.
Right? Yeah. And then that whole sequence with, cover leader calling Raven. I love that. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yep.
But, Yeah. As far as what's I don't know. I don't want to
Well-
take the charge here.
Well,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
yeah. Well, we usually start with our guest. What else is coming up on Backtrack Cinema?
Oh, well, just before I went live with you guys, I recorded my top 10 Freddy lines of the franchise.
Ooh, good
Now,
timing.
it's going to be, I'm not really talking about them. I'm just going to give you it's just a quick added content. I'll just edit it. No, I'll probably have that out on Monday. I also recorded Never Hike Alone 2 review. And then I'm going to get on, I want to finish my 70s horror reviews kind of for the month. I'm hoping to get out The Exorcist, Halloween, The Omen, and When a Stranger Calls. So gotta work on that. And then November is Rocky month. So I'm going back to my Rocky reviews, a Rocky watch party series, and a huge, massive top 50 Rocky moments of the franchise that I have spent the last week just editing. And that's only one piece of the puzzle. So rest in peace, Burt Young, by the way, too.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah, so November's going to be a lot of fun with the Rocky content. And I got Halloween watch along too, hopefully with Matt Fauci. He'll be joining me on October 26th for Halloween, the original Halloween watch party for my Halloween special. But yeah, I want to get bust out some of these 70s horror reviews. I did a few of them, Carrie, Alien, and I did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I'm gonna do a few more, the heavy hitters really. Oh, that's a lot. I'm excited to talk about those. But I got Never Hike Alone 2 review next week for sure, because I just recorded, just gotta edit it. And a top 10 Freddy Krueger lines.
All right. That's good shit. And before we talk about what we're doing, just so everyone is aware, Horrorwood has been rescheduled to Monday due to personal reasons. I've got other plans on Saturday, but yeah, it'll be on Monday where we're going to be talking about 45 years of Halloween. So
that's awesome.
Hell yeah, that's going to be a good one because a lot to unpack with that franchise.
Yeah. I got Caleb joining me for the Tommy Jarvis show on Saturday night.
This Saturday.
Yes.
Just Saturday night. Tomorrow's my anniversary, so I'm taking tomorrow off.
Oh, congratulations. Happy anniversary, my friend.
So 16 years. So
whoop, whoop.
Well, technically, isn't it already that time, your time already? Because I'm looking at my time, and you're 2 hours ahead of me. So
yeah, it's midnight.
Ahead of us.
It is my anniversary, technically.
All right, happy anniversary.
Yay.
Technically.
Happy anniversary, my friend.
Yeah. So yeah. But
What
Saturday night
about
I'll be
us?
back on my channel
Okay.
with Caleb. That's gonna be just a chilled discussion on just how Jason taunts Tommy and kind of like what he went, his character arc. Character arc.
Yes,
So thanks, Brandon.
Man, you're really hyping me up for Never Hike Alone 2. It must be that good then.
Wait.
Well, Caleb, you know me. You know me that when I get excited about something, it's. I mean, look at Daner's smiling like a fucking schoolboy. That's the way it makes you feel.
Okay. I mean, I love part 6.
And you're gonna, it's guaranteed you'll like it then.
Okay.
I would. Wouldn't you say that, Daner?
Oh yeah.
If you like part
definitely.
6, it's.
I mean,
I'll
you could
say
about the
this,
whole
Caleb,
Never Hike
without giving away anything. It's about time someone understands the lore of this franchise and understands what it has always been about. A mother and her son.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
So what I need, I mean, would you say I need to binge Never Hike Alone, Never Hike in the Snow, and then Never Hike Alone 2? You think
I would well, you know what? That'd be I would personally.
Okay.
But because it will just get you to know the backstory of some of the characters. Yeah, I would. It's not a long. That's not a long watch in itself, really. You're only looking at what, maybe two and a half hours, all three of them put together. I would say.
Yeah, that's a feature length film. I can do that.
Yeah, that's yeah, and we're just gonna go through this Tommy from a boy to the way he ends up in Never Hike Alone 2. And just talk about, this we're gonna talk about the lore, we're gonna talk about Tommy and all that. I still gotta do a little intro for it. I gotta do a little something for it. I'll do that Saturday during the day. But oh, it's okay, Brandon. I know you've been slacking on the videos, so that's all right. You know what? I get it. People get busy. You can't watch every video and every YouTuber. I get it. I watch so many people.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, what have we got coming?
So, I mean, as far as live streams are concerned, first and foremost, as you guys already know, we usually do live streams either Thursdays or sometimes Fridays, but due to some scheduling issues from work, we will be pushing our usual stream next week to Wednesday. As for what we're doing, it's most likely going to be Magic Projector. And Carter, if you want to reveal what the movie is, feel free. If not, we can continue.
Okay. It's part of a Season of the Witch. It's Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, which, of course, one of my second favorite Scooby-Doo animated films. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island being number one, of course.
All right.
Alrighty then.
I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I was supposed to throughout the whole month of October, I was supposed to do like an entire month dedicated to, witches and stuff. But unfortunately, due to some scheduling and other bullshit, that and don't know what's going to happen on November 2nd, which is Day of the Dead. Probably going to have to postpone Season of the Witch until next Halloween.
You got a holy trinity so far. I'd say that's a decent enough track record.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I had The Craft. I had The Craft. I had Wizard of Oz. I had Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Unfortunately, I was supposed to kick off Season of the Witch like last month, right after Scary Movie 3, but due to Chris being busy and other stuff like that, Snyder being busy, but I don't blame him. Life happens. So it was supposed to all the movies that were supposed to be listed are going to have to be postponed until I'm in a witchy mood or spooky season comes around again.
Okay.
So then another thing that we have coming up. So for those of you who may or may not remember, last year around this time, we were in the middle, or technically we were coming to the conclusion of a multi-YouTuber collaboration called the Hollow Scream Review Series. And for those of you who don't remember the Hollow Scream Review Series, I'm going to play this short little clip. This is something I had a lot of fun having. So I'll play that right now. So the Hollow Scream Review Series was very popular. Like, it's some of our most watched videos. It was a very consistent series where we went through all the Halloween films, every single one leading up to Halloween Ends. So, as a sort of celebratory anniversary special, I am re-releasing the entirety of the Hollow Scream Review Series in one video. And as I was editing it, it turned out to be, I believe, almost 2 hours long. Or 2 hours plus of reviews. So we start all the way from Halloween 78 all the way through to Halloween Ends. And boy, was that a chore to put together. I touched up some of the audio, cleaned up some of the imagery just a little bit. But I want to put it all together as a sort of, happy anniversary, because I love being part of that review series. It was so fun to collaborate with Good Real Hunting, We had Bacon Pew Pew. Chris was on there. Braden Timmons, Jeffman 316, Camp Blood Media. It was fun. So I wanted to re-release that in case some of the some of the newcomers on the channel haven't seen that review series. Well, now you get the chance. It'll most likely be out, I want to say, next week. And if not next week, it's definitely going to be out before Halloween. Or maybe it might be on Halloween. It might make sense to release it on that Tuesday. So look forward to the entirety of the Hall Scream review series very soon.
Fun.
Yeah. All right. I think that about wraps it up for us then, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as we always say here, stay tuned for more. And thank you all for stopping by. The fucking chat was chatty tonight, let me tell you.
We appreciate
it.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. And be sure to stay tuned for more. Thank you all for watching, listening, and supporting. And until next time, fellow investigators, remember, the entertainment is out there.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn giraffes. Just fuck off with your long necks and pineapple pizza. Goddamn Carter and his cold blue sauce. I'll be fucked if I put that shit on anything. Whoa, what the hell? Where the fuck am I? Huh? What's that shitty sound? What the ever fucking hell? Carter, no!
Ha 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 ha. See, Carter, I told you that you'd love being my little chocolate chip. Look at all the fun we're having.
Ha ha ha, damn, Daddy Joe. You were right. This is fun. I love being your chocolate chip, and I'll love you forever.
No! Get away from him, you disgusting Freddy imitation son of 1,000 jackasses.
Oh, what's wrong, Mr. Bobanner?
I can't help if big burly men love me. Ha 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 ha.
No!
Whoa, look at me. I'm a fucking giraffe. What a shitload of 8 bananas.
Damn, Daddy Joe.
And don't worry, Jeffrey is bringing his whole giraffe family for the fun.
For fuck's sake, someone wake me the hell up.
Be my little giraffe Mountain Dew ice cream.
Dear God, I hate Teddy Krueger.
I'm Special Agent Spooky Clutter.
I'm Special Agent Carter Sauce.
Special Agent Dr. Richtofen. And until next time, fellow investigators, remember.
The entertainment
is out there.